Shalom, Kahala, Yahweh Shemiah Shabash, Mukakadash, double honors to the elder apostles and elder bishops of GMS, including the elders again before them, and taught us his truth. Shalom, the salutations of all the brothers up pushing the word, the truth, and in sincerity, the hopeful elect tabernacle of David, to the Aquas that are listening and learn, being a pillar of rest, the 144,000, the 1/3, the hopeful elect of Israel. All right, so just a short recap, I guess, because everything is more of the same, but it's growing exponentially. We'll just say it that way. All right, so we'll start right here. 2 Ezra 15 and 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. It's talking about wars. Okay, you use a sword to defeat your enemy, if you will. And swords have been furbished into what? Nuclear bombs. Okay? And this is the beginning of wars. All right? Soon it'll be nuke against nuke. Right now it's nuke against flesh and blood, just a body, a man. A man is like, look, I ain't got no weapons, but I'm going to run and throw myself on this nuke. Right? Which sounds crazy until you see it. Right? We're going to go dismantle the nukes. Right? Because that's war. You guys have nukes, we got our hands, let's do this. Okay? It says, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands, right? Well, one side has a sword, the other side just got their hands. Swords and their hands, no kidding. Okay? For there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. All right, and it just goes on down. Because we're in the time that this chaos is growing. Okay, so this is a 55-second clip, right? Or 54, it says. NBC News, fair purposes. What do you call it? Fair use. Okay? 18 hours ago, pro-Palestinian crowds tried to storm air base housing U.S. troops in Turkey. Okay, so that's a little different. Let's see. Turkish police used tear gas and water cannons as 100 at pro-Palestinian rally tried to storm Incirlik Air Base in Adana. Okay, so apparently I thought that this was like where they're holding nuclear bombs, and they tried to run up on them. And I do believe that that's part of this story. But if they're attacking the troops like this says, right, that's war. Okay? That's a precursor to what's coming, pursuant to Ezekiel, the 38th chapter, when Gomer here turns on the UN. What is it? What are they involved in? NATO. Okay? Gomer is part of NATO, but they're pulling that double-minded, they're the linchpin in this whole thing. Anyway, this is 54 seconds long, and then what we're going to do is we're going to read some of the comments, just to get the mood of what's going on. Remember, this is in Turkey, where America does have nuclear weapons stored. Okay? So, and then your boy Nate goes into this a little bit, so maybe we'll watch the front end of this video. So let's take this away. Take it away, NBC News. Storm. Look at that. This is civilians at a rally. They're like, over there. That's where they are. They got American soldiers over there. What? And then the tear gas comes out and the rubber bullets possibly. And what's going on? This is called war over here. Right? And real soon, it'll be the two-way rifle range. Look that up. The two-way rifle range. Water cannons, CS gas, rubber bullets. So this must be the Turkish police. And you got civilians out there mixing it up. They ain't got no weapons, but they're doing a straight rush. They try to storm the American. Okay, that's crazy. Now let's read a few of these. Okay, nice to see the guards concerned about their hydration rate, feeding them water. What a lovely crowd. They're talking about the Turks. Okay, so as you can see, the love of many is waxing cold. Such a peaceful gathering, spreading love all over. This is pure sarcasm. I'm honestly surprised NBC reported this. That caught my attention. What is that? Because what are they doing? They want America out of there. Get the hell, take your bombs, get the hell out of here. Let's look at this. Haha, so true. They usually take the side of terror. How about NBC? All right. Let me say. It's getting to the point that not even the devil himself can hide it. Right? So they're saying NBC is the devil. Right? And they're just showing what's really going on out here. Right? You just take the time to watch and pay attention. People tend to show you who they really are. Right? The love of many. And they wonder why people hate them. Right? So you can see the love of many. Let's go to nothing but facts. Look at that. And we also come to find a story about people who have been disliked and expelled for thousands of years, almost all European. We don't care about your hate or love. The question is, who hates who? These clowns think they are in the majority and forget the 2 billion Muslims worldwide. You see this? Such a wonderful display of decorum and tranquility of peaceful humans. This is the reason why most of them, right, are getting refused by any other countries, even their neighboring country. This must be talking about Arabs. No, the Turks are Arabs. Turco-Edomites here. What a fine group of people. Turkish government pulling the strings behind this carnival of happiness and peace promotion. This kind of looks like Dagestan. What happened in Dagestan? Does it not? Buddy threw a chair at a water cannon. Okay, let's get out of there. Yeah, not much here. Let's read this. What was the plan if they made it past the police? As a retired U.S. officer, I know for a fact it would not have been any better than what was put in front of them. It's easy to blame the U.S., but for a while, It has been the U.S. causing problems in the area. Israel and Iran have been in a shadow war for years. It's just that people are paying attention to it now. Wow. Dig into that a little bit. Which rules of engagement does the United States Air Force have for the cause of an air base being attacked, invaded by civilians of an ally? Whoa. Woo! That's scathing right there. Which rules of engagement, end quote, does the United States Air Force have for the case of an airbase being attacked / invaded by civilians of an allied NATO member? Wow. Scathing. Right? So you see where this thing is going? Aren't you guys supposed to be allies? That's what the question is. Aren't you? Where do we go with this? What are the rules of engagement when you guys start turning on each other? Right? Confusion. Okay, right here. Here's the answer to Toby. Protect yourselves. If I were an airman or an officer, it's all about protecting myself. I'll take a court-martial any day over getting punked by some civilians in a foreign country. Either they protect me or we armed airmen or soldiers. What are you doing so far away from home, American soldier boy? Okay? These people, anyone that would do harm, should never be allowed close to our troops. What are they doing? Troops housing. What are they doing there? Thank you for your service. So this is, it's everywhere. The rage is spilling over. Something terribly unimaginable is about to happen. There you go. You know what it's called? Jacob's trouble in the whole world. And the whole world feels it when the rage spills over. Let's see. More of these a la fanboys about to find out. World War III. The rage is spilling over. Something terribly unimaginable is about to happen. World War III. And you're going to find out. Oh, you're going to find out too, tough guy. The love of me. This is a war on the comment board. Money investing. This is an Arab right here. China letter. Peaceful religion. Doing peaceful thing again and again. Okay. Mostly peaceful protests. Okay. All right, so that's what we saw. Okay, these fools is bum rushing. We're gonna bum rush the troops. Get the fuck out of here. So what is this? They shall not regard what? Here's the police. You got the civilians over here not regarding their chief nor princes, right? 2nd Ezra 15 and 16. For there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. So I'm sure there's people on this side that want to storm the Americans too. What do you do? That's like Russia's got a little base with their soldiers right over here in Denver, Colorado. What are the Americans going to do? Ain't going to run up on them? All right, and I'm not suggesting anything. I'm just asking a rhetorical question. All right, so with that, let's look at Nate here. He's going to put it in a little different context. Let's see. Nate is where? Here. Mobs storm. Okay, now let's see how they phrase it.
Nutrition is incredible.
Let's get past this. That is this is Canadian Prepper 10 hours ago. And they say, mob swarm U.S. nuke base. See, that's what they didn't say that in the other thing. CNN didn't say that. Nuke base. That's what caught my attention. That's a little different. That hit different, right? Lebanon/Israel on the brink, nuclear sub near Iran, Iraq, mobilizing. So he just says a little piece on this. This is huge. Mobs of civilians swarm a U.S. nuke. Oh no, they're just sitting there. They're just sitting in Turkey, chilling, right? The Americans are just sitting in Turkey, just waiting for a mob to run up on them. No, they're guarding the nukes. See? When you put that in there, it's different. Then what? What do we have now when you bring nukes, right? For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. The sword and their destruction. Let's talk about them nukes. Right? Is it not? And one people shall stand up and fight against another. We see that right here. They're standing up and fighting. Against who? The Americans with them nukes. So one side got nukes. The other side just got their hands running through the water cannons and eyes crying from CS gas. That shit is terrible. Okay, so, right? And one people should stand up and fight against another and swords in their hands. All right? In this case, one side got their swords. The cops got swords. The civilians ain't got nothing. And you know, the Americans, they got their M16 fully auto, and they're guarding the nukes. This is just crazy. Take it away, Nate. Oh, let's go back. Here. Okay.
All right, so what you're seeing behind me here is not a scene out of the movie World War Z. It's actually Incirlik military base inside of Turkey, where they harbor not only U.S. troops, but you guessed it, nuclear weapons. As a part of the 2009 nuclear sharing program, the United States distributed 100 tactical nukes throughout many countries in Europe. 5 countries to be exact: Turkey, Belgium, Germany, Netherlands, and Italy. Turkey was one of them, and as you know, there's a bitter acrimony between Turkey and Israel right now, and not only that, Turkey and many other NATO nations and pending NATO nations. And as a result of this, we can presume that it's only a matter of time before the United States withdraws these nuclear weapons from Turkey. And situations like this are not making relations any better, especially when Turkey has essentially declared or threatened to declare war against Israel if they don't improve their handling of the Palestinian situation. Now, most people think that's just political talk from Erdogan, who's trying to appease his voting base. But as you can see here, this is becoming a very precarious situation, and I can only imagine that it's only a matter of time before the U.S. wants to withdraw those nuclear weapons. Now, we got a ton of stuff to talk about today,
which we won't go into, because I just wanted to isolate that, okay? So, I mean, what does it take? Can you see how this thing is moving from one phase, if you will, okay? From one level, all right, of war to the next. Where is this going? Okay? He's saying, Turkey is telling the U.S., get the hell out and take your nukes with you. We got our own shit, right? And where is it going? Where is this going? All right? And this is just the beginning of, see, in a minute, right, both sides are going to be armed to the teeth. They're not going to be civilians. It's going to be the Turkish army. Okay? And of course, America is going to pull out before it's the army coming in. Right now they got the police over here lightly guarding, right, the nuclear base against civilians. Civilians ain't going to do too much against nukes and M16s. These guys are unarmed, right? So it's basically a show of things to come, so to speak. So, what we do with this? Let's go to 16. And I'm gonna go ahead and cut it short, as they say. All right, the beginning, right? Let's see. And this is Ezra's looking at himself, right? This is Ezra's seeing a vision, right? And he sees himself, and he asks a question. In 2nd Ezra 16 and 17, woe is me, woe is me. Who will deliver me in those days? Talk about today. Ezra was saying this shit, what, 2,000 years ago? And he was seeing a vision. He's like, damn, who's going to deliver me? In the reincarnation, he saw himself here. The beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars. And the power shall stand in fear. The beginning of evils, what shall I do when these evils shall come? This is Ezra seeing the future. And what does he see? He sees this. Like, damn. Right? He sees the beginning. He knows what comes after this. Then fools just start getting laid out. Did I say great death? Right there. Great death is coming. What is war going to bring? It's going to bring great death. Ask the Gazians, right? The Gazaites over there about great death going down right now as we speak. Okay, imagine when the world war is declared and they're all fighting each other. Okay, the beginning of sorrows, 2nd Ezra 16 and 18, the beginning of sorrows. And what is this sorrows? That's Jacob's trouble. And great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars. The power shall stand in fear. The beginning of evils, what shall I do when these evils shall come? All right? Hey, this is just the beginning. So what should you be doing? All right? What's the number? What you trying to say? All right? Repent ye therefore. Simple, nigga. All right? If you're a ye therefore, and be converted that your sins may be blotted out when the times of refreshing shall come from the presence of the Lord. We got a little more time, right? Like 15 minutes. All right, so here's the message. Repent. All right. Turn from your wickedness. Right? Sin no more. Right? Why? Because it's going down. All right. So with that, we hope that the elect were edified. You brothers and sisters, shalom.